Hey Sagittarius, sorry, I was hanging out with TikTok for a minute. What you up to? It's me, Archer. It's like up all night with Archer here, but here we are. How's it going? And it is time to do your everything energy check-in for you and the ones on your mind. That even though I'm pulling on the current energies, doing the first reading for the week at the beginning of September for you, it is a timeless message. So whenever it finds its way into your algorithm and you clicked on it, decide to come and hang out with us for a little bit, perfect timing as always, as they are timeless readings meant to find you when they find you. And whatever message comes out, good, bad, or indifferent, I shall convey it across to you. But never fear, because when you're with me, you are protected. I'm your ride or die. I got your back, and I'm your crystals. All right? So there's a reason I'm Archer. All right? I have been affectionately called the Sag Whisperer before, and I'm proud of it. All right? I'm here for you. So let's grab your title card, and let's read some cards. It is. It's up all night with Archer. Hey, Brittany, what up? Oof, Cookies. What up, Cookie? I'm just going to call you Cookie from now on. Cookie. I like that. Much love to you, too. Hey, Derek, what up? Champagne Poppy. What up, Champagne Poppy? Oh, my gosh, that is a very elegant name. I like it. That's cool. Jazzy's in the house. What you up to with the Sag rising? All right, you ready, Sag? Let's tap in and tune in. All right, here we go. God, tap me and tune me into Sagittarius' energy, please, and thank you. Give me everything you got for Sagittarius. What do we have for Sagittarius? Here we go. There's a reason I'm Archer. I'm here for you. All right? Let every other reader think you're a Sagittarius, because we know what's up. All right? So let's tap in and tune in. What do we have for Sagittarius? 2 shuffles. You ready? Let's do it. Here we go. 1 and 2. Let's love this deck for the super successful yet sassy Sagittarius, the only sign worthy of 5 syllables. Here we go. Overall energy is the 10 of Swords. A long cycle coming to an end, the end of the overthinking, like coming out of turbulence when you're taking off in a flight and finally reaching clear air, smooth sailing. Some of you guys may even be making plans to hop on an airplane. Actually, somebody here might work in the airline industry. Am I talking to like a pilot or a stewardess or a flight attendant? Either way, you guys are awesome when I'm on the planes. Oh my gosh, Delta Airlines, your flight attendants are just epic. I love you guys. Anyways, King of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Ace of Swords to the 3 of Wands. So it's like you've been hurting for so long that it seems like you're just over it. 10 of Swords, right? The phony must die, says the catcher in the rye. Some of y'all had to read that in high school. I still have it. Hold on, Sagittarius. Cheese it. Andy's here. Hold on, Andy's coming. I had to go down slower because I slammed my head into the table during Scorpio, but I still think it's awesome. Hi, Andy. What's up? All right, somebody's watching Toy Story. Hey, Carol. I dig this, though. King of Cups. It's like you have worked so hard on healing yourself. Remember, the King of Cups, Pisces energy, is the card of self-love, the king that turns the cup inward on themselves, right? And in the energy of the King of Swords, John Lennon hanging out in strawberry fields where nothing is real, it's like you've worked so hard on yourself that you don't want to backpedal it back into a fantasy land that will never exist. When you've Ace of Swords worked so hard to 3 of Wands get where you are now, right? And yet you've got a lot of people that think they know what's best for you. There's a Spaniard in the works, though, according to the great John Lennon. So we're going to find out what's up with that. Some of you guys might even be a writer, or you got some strong Libra placements that are activating, because John is all over this reading, and John handles the sword energy in the Beatles deck. That means there's a lot of your thoughts that are transmitting out. I think some of y'all are developing your spiritual gifts a little tighter, too. I know this is George Harrison, and I still have no clue why he has that 12-string Rickenbacker in the pool. I would literally, I would learn how to play right-handed for that guitar. But on this energy on it, you're just tired of hurting. And you're at a point where you would like the clarity and the calmness. I think that it's approaching in a weather front because there's some very strong energy of Gemini and Virgo in the background as Mercury has been, it's been a prominent place after we came out of the retrograde. But Virgo energy is really strong right now because not only is the Earth in Virgo, but then we've also got a moon cycle, there's eclipses. And with all these swords, I think you're eclipsing out the stresses that keep getting imposed upon you that you felt like you had to take responsibility on, like it was like it's always your fault. It's always Sag's fault. you're finding out through Virgo season, because Virgo does rule the 6th house, internal reflection and such, in that, like, you know it wasn't your fault, right? So do I. Let's go. Let's find out if your person does, all right? Let's start with your current conditions, all right? Current conditions at Sagittarius. Here we go. I knew it. I felt it. I wish I'd called it first. It's the Tower card. 5 of Wands. However, this Tower card is training. In the 4 of Cups, you might think you're down and out a little bit, but the good Lord is getting ready to provide for you. Because even in Standard Rider-Waite, even though this is George Harrison on Blue Jay Way, the thing on the 4 of Cups is it's God handing that 4th cup, even after you've been through 3 spilt cups, that you fear there might be anything, like nothing left. But there is something being handed to you that you don't see coming. And it's when you're in your most bumdest out of energies that that cup kind of appears. Carol, thank you, honey. You are so generous. Spinny hugs. Big time spinny hugs for you. Sagittarius, this reading is sponsored by Carol. I like it. All right. She doesn't even need a second name. She's like Prince. She's Carol. It's cool. It's like Frankie. She's just Frankie. I'm like, I must be Archer. I must be like Ringo and have an awesome name and a persona. And Frankie's like, I'm just Frankie. I love it. Anyways, okay, let's dig in. Going forward, let's get into the love department, because you don't realize that there is a blessing coming your way that you're going to find out in the 5 of Wands why this tower happened, why you had to move and change. And something about some of you guys might live in a high-rise building or in a major metropolitan downtown area, because I'm looking at the studio for the rooftop concert. Maybe some of you guys even manage a building or are kind of like a project manager of sorts or something. Anyways, you're training for that 4th cup to be handed out just when you think you've got no more cups left in your energy. There's a bit of a blessing coming your way. Even just by being here, you believe in the good Lord above. And when many around you don't, he'll provide. He provides for those that believe. Good vibes. I like it. All right, let's keep going forward. Let's get into the love department. Starting with the past person, all right? Because you are allowed to miss and love whomever you want, however long you want. My title here is just tarot reader, not tarot tell you what to do, any more than your friends, your family, or anybody else tell you what to do. You're Sagittarius. You rule the 9th house. You get all the knowledge. Seriously. Everybody questioning you when you already know the answers, right? You're sitting there letting people talk, like this person, and then you're like, I totally know you're making all that stuff up. Bless your heart. I remember, I remember when Caitlin taught me that bless your heart kind of means like, it's awesome. Anyways, I digress. My Southerners will know what I'm talking about. Anyhow, 6 of Pentacles on the 2 of Wands. This person was the definition of on again and off again. In that when they were 6 of Pentacles all in, you thought right out of the gate in the beginning that this was going to provide you with that equal reciprocal relationship, a 2-income household where you didn't have to do all the heavy lifting while somebody else just rode along for the ride. Like my female Sagittariuses that always had to drive this person everywhere while they sat in the passenger seat in sweatpants and a Mike Nesmith hat, right? With or without the big green. Random fact, did you know that Mike Nesmith's mom invented liquid paper? Now you do. Anyways, the thing on this is, Melissa's like, yep, it's an insult. I know, right? I use it in duality, though. I use it in duality. Sometimes, depending on who I'm saying it to, it either means that or actually does mean bless your heart in a good way. It all depends on who I'm talking to. Anyways, just like this person. But then the 2 of Wands, even my male Sagittariuses, this person would come in the 6 of Pentacles of like, I'm going to be everything you ever wished for, your hopes, your dreams, your desires, right? And then they went quiet, started leading you on. And then you started looking in other directions because they were completely like Casper the Silent Ghost. And then they got mad and took it out on you. Why'd you go out and cheat on me? And da 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 da. And you're like, I haven't talked to you in 4 or 5 days. I talked to a friend. What are you doing? And then they would go off, right? And then you got in trouble for going in another direction because this person wouldn't leave you alone, right? Interesting. 6 of Pentacles on the 2 of Wands. They made a bad choice on this one. And then they came back around in the 5 of Swords, still grieving from that point going forward. You or them could be born on the 6th or the 2nd. The 5th comes out. The 4th is here. Repeating 5s come in. I do kind of like seeing that. Some of you guys might be like a life path number 5, or you keep looking at the clock at 5:55 every day. Or actually, that's when your alarm is set for. I'm snooping into Sagittarius' phone, and I look at your alarm settings because that one time you left it set, you thought it was the calculator and it was the alarm or something. I don't know. That's weird, but it's funny. You got a lot of cool stuff in your camera roll, too. Interesting. You think of the best things to screen cap. This person screen capped and saved everything. And not to use it against you, but because they can't let you go. That's the thing. And some of you guys haven't talked in a while. And yet you meeting this person has wound up with this person derailing every other type of relationship or situation they tried to get into. You do know how to leave a mark. Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is one of my favorite cards in the tarot. It's the card of grief. The 5 stages of grief. You know what I mean? I do see in this one here that they're locked in that 5th stage of grief. You might even notice when you go and snoop just to see what they've been up to. It's 2025. We've all done it. But you notice how they still look like they got a resting 5 of Swords face? This is John Lennon getting really tired of Paul McCartney wanting to do another take of Obla Di Obla Da. And after about 40 takes of the same thing, he walked in and John goes, here's your Obla Di Obla Da Maca. And he just dun 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 dun. And that's how it got to the tempo and everything that we hear it on the record today. He was trying to make it some weird jazz bossa nova. I don't know. Anyways, John had it going. You know what I mean? 5 of Swords. This person is completely hooked on you in that point, and they haven't let you go. Okay, we'll get details on this one because they're really Uga Chaka hooked on a feeling with that whole thing of I haven't let Sagittarius go. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. Some of you guys, it could be another Sagittarius, but Taurus and Aries seem pretty strong too. And then Aquarius on the 5 of Swords. Remember, in the tarot, the Ace, the 2, the 3, and the 4 go with the cardinal sign. The 5, the 6, and the 7, those are always assigned to the fixed sign. The 8, the 9, and the 10, they're assigned to the mutable signs. Now we're doing Teach Me Tarot. Maybe there's a Sag here getting into tarot or something, or you got your deck out too. All right. I love doing that. Oh my gosh, I haven't done that with Frankie in forever, where when she does an all signs, I do card pulls during it and then text her the pictures. Oh my gosh, I think, Sag, you got all the knowledge. Anyways, let's look at the new person. The Strength card, the Judgment card, whoa, and the 2 of Swords. Have faith because this person is in your life for major changes. The major arcana represents major shifts in the planets out there in the universe that we have no control over. All right. And straight up with the Strength card on the Judgment card, there's a lot of vibes of the energy of the sun. Because remember, the sun's the center of the universe. It stays put. I mean, we're all hurtling through space at like 93 billion miles an hour, and we're all chasing the sun. But whatever. Anyways, I digress. Now we're going into Astronomy 101. It's a whole different direction. In the Judgment card here, though, I do see that the energies of Mars and Saturn are affecting this right now. And it's about that energy of Big Daddy Saturn, okay, coming in and giving you that energy to find somebody on a different level, different playing field, okay? Leo, Scorpio, Aries energy, and Libra comes in to have fate because it seems like that this has like a current status of some kind of way, but it does seem like with the 2 of Swords on Judgment, maybe there's been a fight recently. I think you were trying to get something off the ground, but somebody's stubbornness might have gotten in the way. And with the 2 of Swords, though, it's like you're both wanting to work through it and move forward with the relationship, okay? The 2 of Swords, if we dynamically break that down, it's 2 Ace of Swords, which in my tarot, the Ace of Swords is the hey text. You know what I mean? That kind of a vibe, all right? So you guys both want to clear the air here, but there's some kind of a clash of minds. That's George and John crossing streams with their swords. As much as I know about the Beatles, I don't know where this picture was taken. Anyways, it doesn't matter. I'll look it up now because now I want to know. All right. But I know it's some kind of, yeah, that's young John, young George. I don't care. Not right now. I'll look it up later. All right. This person gets distracted. Does this person got ADHD? Or is there an age difference? Is that maybe one of the parts that's kind of like caused the fight? Is that 2 different people in 2 different age groups, 2 different playing fields where something got lost in translation? Judgment card? Don't worry, we're going to figure it out, though. This is I Am the Walrus. I got to get more of these box sets. I think Draws Martin re-released them again, too. But goo-goo-goo-jube. It don't matter. Okay. Very much like the lyrics in I Am the Walrus. Here's a fun fact while I shuffle the clarifiers. John Lennon wrote I Am the Walrus simply because he got a letter from a fan saying that college kids were having to, like, the teachers were trying to get them to dissect lyrics. Like, how much dissection is there in She Loves You? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, right? And it kind of got John a little perturbed. He's like, why? And so that's why he's like, I'm going to write the most nonsensical song I can come up with and let the people analyze that. And the result was, I am he as you are, he as you are. Yeah, analyze that, scholars, right? And yet everybody did. They're like, oh my God, it's the most amazing song. But Tower card, I told you want to talk. There's your Ace of Swords. Sag, this is interesting. Okay, cool. The funny thing is most scholars dissect I am the walrus too. John is laughing in his grave right now. He's a happy little Libra. Anyways, the Chariot, the Judgment card. Oh my God, you have this new person on your mind too? You've been dreaming about both of these people recently. Wow, no wonder you're tired. You got a lot on your mind with all that sword energy with the Lovers card on Judgment. You know what it seems is that you're coming out of some devil energy. You're getting ready to like recover from this. You know what I mean? That's the vibe, because some of you have totally, really, Judgment card on the Lovers card, and it ties into this one. I'm pulling the vibe of some of you guys have actually worked to get over an addiction. You might be going through it right now, possibly, and nobody's noticing because you're trying to deal with it on your own. 4 of Cups to the Chariot. The Chariot's what the Emperor drives into a great battle. Cancer energy on this one. Some of you guys, at some point in everybody's life, they dealt with a cancer. Anyways, the thing is, you're fighting really hard to accomplish whatever this is that you're working to come through. It doesn't have to be, for some of you guys, maybe it is getting over like drink or drugs or something. I'm feeling more of the vibes that it's detoxing from a mindset, right? You've dealt with, at least for the past 5 to 10 years, a lot of negative incoming energy, and you're ascending and you're leveling up. It's almost like that you've gotten so used to being in a negative place or a mindset that this change up and this lull is allowing you to detox from a toxic lot of people. I can't say person. And for those of you that actually have become sober or done the work to get through it, and I will totally call you a recovered addict. I do not like how that stigma gets hung over people's head. When I go and do public engagements at AAs or NAs or anything like that, and it's like, yeah, I'm recovering. I'm like, how long have you been sober? 1 year, 4 years, 7 years, 20 years. You're not recovering. You're recovered. Pat yourself on the back for that, because you're doing something that a lot of the world is not capable of doing. I love that for you. And if you are just simply detoxing from some toxic people you dealt with, again, pat on the back. It's very hard to break a cycle that long. Exactly. You're coming through the best of it, because remember, the Emperor drives the Chariot into a great battle that the Emperor returns victorious from. All right? The good always wins. And for those of you that you're detoxing from that you're being judged for being a good person, maybe people don't like that you wear a cross or that you believe in God or that you practice the Bible, and they judge you, right? And you're like, you know what? Judgment is going to be really surprised when all those people wind up crossing over, and God's like, maybe you guys should go line up over there with the lawyers. No, nothing against the lawyers. It's a joke. Although my Sag grandma used to always say, Archer, behind every joke lies a little bit of truth. I happen to like my lawyer. I have a very good lawyer. He's been a family lawyer for a long time. He's cool people. Anyways, Lover's card. I have friends that in college that did that. Whatever. I don't care. I really ticked off my one friend. Here's a random Archer fact for y'all. Back when we were in college at U of M, right? And he was studying to take the bar, and he was, oh God, it was awful. The poor guy, right? And I was being an unawoke 20-something Archer and harassing him because, you know, the usual stuff that frat boys do. And he's like, oh, you think you're so clever, Archer? Why don't you try this stuff? I'm like, well, let me see. I actually, on the test, I aced it, and he got mad at me, and we didn't talk for a few years, but then he got over it because he passed the bar eventually. It's cool, but he didn't like me for that. But we got over it. We're still good buddies. It's okay. And that's what I think on for some of you guys. I want you to know about this, that you're through the worst of what you have been through. And I know that just sounds like all I'm doing is trying to spinny hug you and be like, hey, Sag, you've been good. It's okay. You know, no, this is actually written in your blueprint with the Lover's card. Back in the days that the Hierophant was known as the High Priest, the divine couple counterpart to the High Priestess, the Lovers was actually called the Choice. But it's not about your day-to-day choices, paper or plastic, black pants or blue pants. Do I wear the dress today or the suit? You know, that stuff. Somebody here's colorblind, by the way. That's cool. Anyways, what I'm seeing on this here, this is major shifts. This is the stuff that you and God talked about before you were born into this lifetime, that he is now currently lining up the footsteps on your paths. It's as if you've been through a trial by fire to come out of it on the other side, okay? I know you have literally never had anybody in your life that has ever just looked at you and been like, hey, Sagittarius, you did the right thing. Proud of you. Maybe your father never said it. Your mother never said it. The Father is saying it right now. That even when you've been in your tryingest of times and you've had to pack up and move out and you've had people throw you out and not even knowing what was going on, that God was always very proud of the way you handled it. Okay? You are doing so much better than you're giving yourself credit for. You're only being hard on yourself because everybody else in your life's been hard on you, and that's not fair. Right? God loves you. And the new people coming into your life, they're going to totally love you. Those of you that have recently made a move or have been settling in or are considering making a move with that Chariot card, you are being guided in the right direction. Trust your instincts because you do rule the 9th house. You have a deeper knowledge than anyone else around you. All right? Some of you guys could be born on the 4th or the 14th, the 7th or the 20th. Oh! One of my Sag, well, everybody's entitled to 2, aren't they? And this is my other one. She was a December 20th Sag. I had both spectrums. My childhood was never boring. I wanted to go to both grandma's houses all the time. But anyways, Gemini energy is pretty strong. You might have some strong Gemini in your chart. And somebody here might even be a Sagittarius moon or a life path number 2. And some of you guys have some very strong fire and water in your charts. But I'm pulling on, it's like Aries and Scorpio or something. Interesting. The Cancer energy seems pretty strong too. All right, let's get into the past energy. What's up with this stuff? What's going on? Why does some of you guys, somebody moved away from home and misses it and wants to move back home? You're being guided on the right path. Trust your instincts, Sagittarius. Don't doubt yourself just because everybody from your past taught you to doubt yourself. They only did that because they felt threatened by your excellence. They knew you could outshine them. They knew you were better than them. And therefore, they tried to keep you down, to keep you on their level. It says more about them than you, right? Anyways, let's go. Past love. 10 of Swords. Oh my gosh. They are so stuck on you with the 5 of Pentacles to the Devil. Holy moly. Whoa. Ace of Pentacles is here because some of you guys chose to go in a whole other direction from this person and they wouldn't let you go, right? 10 of Swords, the 5 of Pentacles. The 5 of Pentacles here is the parable of the bleeding woman on this one. And the fact that you tried to open up to this person and maybe they were a little like, maybe they danced with the devil beneath the pale moonlight, right? And some of the games that they pulled, at first they were all in. They were all about you, the cuddly pictures posted on your social media, didn't mind opening up and sharing all their feelings. But then when their parents started getting involved and getting in the way and all the family started getting involved, then they would disconnect and they would go quiet and it would result in all these fights. And this is what even led you in this other direction. For those of you that had to cut this person out and you went in another direction, then they came back at you after you'd already moved on, tried to start a new life. Some of you guys might have already had another significant other, could have had a child, been pregnant, and yet this person would never let go. The Devil card. And they kept trying to come into the energies and get in the way to the point that it stressed you out, that for some of you guys, maybe it's what actually resulted in the addictions that you've been working to overcome, right? They were in a rough place due to their childhood and their upbringing. Could have been from a single parent household or a separated household. And I really feel like the difference in upbringings with the 2 of Wands was a big factor in this one, right? Because it's like when one of the people come from a married household, your mom and your dad are both still there, Cancer, Sagittarius energy. But then like the other person, maybe the other person thinks it's weird that somebody only gets 1 Christmas when they're like, well, wait, my parents live right around the corner from each other. I get 2 Christmas. Wait, you only get 1 Christmas? That's weird. It's a little bit in the difference in upbringings with the Knight of Swords into the King of Swords that kind of led you guys into each other's directions and path. But then once you opened up, they shut down. And the only reason you left was because of this fight that you already had suspected they were entertaining other people, and then they would project it out onto you. Sag, I told you that was just a friend of mine. We just go to the shooting range together. Some of you guys might even have a CPL, or like I'm literally seeing a bullseye target. Like somebody actually has one they saved. And you're like, boop, 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 right in the middle. That's pretty cool. Good job, Sag. Can we go? Want to go shoot arrows together? Dude, I love archery. Archer, right? Dude, okay, anyways. Okay, who's hanging out in an escape room? That sounds like fun too. It's cool. It's like you're at a point that they wouldn't let you go. And then once you had moved on, they started getting in the way to the point that, like, for some of you guys, even your person got involved with this person and was like, stop it, stay away. Like you had to get protected in that because you were trying to move forward and they wouldn't let you go. And then even after you've moved on, gone off into a whole nother level, a whole nother plane and everything, and you're just doing you, and then they still try to come around, right? It's that third party energy that gets in and tries to be a third party when in no way was a third party, right? And then you're trying to move on and you find out that they were talking to you, one of your parents call you, right? And you're like, hey, I was talking to that cross watcher the other day again. Oh my gosh, why? What do they want now? Right? And it kept getting in the way of things. I do see a way to beat the devil out on this though, all right? You could be dealing with a Taurus, could be a Capricorn, Aquarius is here, could even be another Sagittarius for some of you guys. Cancer, Leo, more Leo. Wow, the needle's stuck in the groove, Leo. What are you doing? See, they got their mindset on you. You know what I mean? And someone's either working on adding an addition to their home, or maybe somebody's actually is a general contractor and you're adding additions to extra homes. Like that's what you do for a living or something. Or the Hermit. Jeremiah's burdens. Jeremiah 29:11 might even resonate to you. That came out for Scorpio too. That God says he knows the plans he has set for you guys. The plans to keep you safe, to help you prosper. The Hermit card on the King of Swords. I think this person wound up opening their mouth, inserting foot. And as a result of what happened between the two of you guys, this person entered into a bit of a Black Widow energy. For some of you guys, you might have found out that they went that far down the road and sold their soul. All right. And that one I've really never understood. I mean, I've researched, you got to know the enemy's playbook. So I've looked into it. But what I've never understood is why people even sell their soul to the devil. God's already got the title and the paperwork to your soul. And God is like an employer-employee, like matching program thing, right? Right? You can let go and let God, but God will contribute sevenfold to however much you do. If you contribute an X amount, God will contribute sevenfold. But if you just take your hands off the wheel, God's going to let the car roll into the tree. Right? Somebody has a childhood memory of somehow getting into your parents' car or something and accidentally throwing the thing in gear and it like rolled down a driveway or something. That is really specific on that Chariot card. But that's literally, I see like a kid, like an 8-year-old throwing a car in gear and it's just like, and the parents come out and be like, what did you do? Like something like that. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, what I'm seeing on this one is that due to that, they moved on and they actually received a little bit of their karma back for what they did to you because they thought that they could run out and run this game because how dare you move on? How dare you be happy without them? So they went in and like they started derailing other people's lives. They're like, well, if my life sucks this much, I'm going to make everybody else's life suck this much, right? Black Widow soul energy mixed with a bit of a Jezebel spirit. Or for my female Sagittarius is Deuce Bigelow. Whatever the male version of a Jezebel is. Okay, girl Sagittarius, I got you covered too. All right? We'll just go with that. Yeah, Jezebel or Gigolo. Whatever, I don't care. Jabberwocky to me at this point. Anyways, what I'm seeing on this one is that as a result of that, they actually came up with somebody that actually did to them the same thing. Okay? They went up against a twin. An energy of a twin, a karmic energy into this, that they played with fire and kind of got burned. This person hit him at the jugular, for lack of a better term, okay? Like, here's what happened. You know how this person, they were pretty smart. They knew what they were doing, and you figured it out later. You're like, they ran the game on me, and I knew what, whoa, right? Here's the thing. They met somebody else after you, right? And they tried to run the same game on them. Here's the freaky deaky part. What? Sagittarius, pop the popcorn. Hang tight, okay? Oh my gosh, I mean, wait, Crosswatcher, Sagittarius is in so much regret right now. There, that'll keep him busy for a second. Okay, here's what happened. Stop it! You're making, that's my real laugh. Stop that. The King of Swords that fell over. They tried to run their game on somebody who was actually already running a game on them, and they were so confident in their game running abilities that they didn't see it coming. They picked a mark that had already picked them a mark and took their games and had already gone pro. Especially for those of you that know they found somebody older than them, okay? And that derailed, and now they're coming back with a little bit of humble pie on it, right? They went through a dark night of the soul because they met their devil energy. And that devil energy explained a thing or two. I don't wish bad on people. I can't do that. I can't sit here and be like, oh, wow, they really got it. No. They wound up being treated equally the way they treated you. Okay? Just enough in order to be able to come back in and respect your love. If this had carried on the same way, they would have kept running the same game. They had to come up against somebody bigger and stronger than them. Zeno's paradox. What happens when an irresistible force moves an immovable object, right? The thing on this is with their self-preservation, they were addicted to drama. And while you're trying to get clean off of the stuff that just the stresses that they caused in your head, those of you that have, they are addicted to the drama. And when things are going smooth, or they actually, I'm going to tell you what, they actually at one point found a really good person that would have really helped them along the way. But because they were still stuck in that energy, that they were addicted to drama, addicted to fighting because they grew up with it, they completely Amtrak, Titanic, derailed, train derailment on the Challenger space shuttle in the middle of the Titanic going into Hindenburg. And they completely ruined something that could have actually been really good for them because they hadn't finished out their contract with you. The way this comes back is that you will get a very humbled energy in this one, okay? Is that they may first try to start fights again, but I'm seeing with the delay that it's been in the Ten of Swords, I see them reaching out, just humbled by the things, as if they had the detox from drama. And the time alone after this person derailed them and they paid their karmic debt off, they had to go on their own to recover. That might be why they moved and relocated. Some of you, although they left the state, they moved completely away. And you guys might have been on completely different energetical planes. So you'll be getting a message because of this devil energy, okay? That they still haven't let you go, but they come back due to the planetary shifts happening in the eclipses in Virgo season. They come back after the ego has died. It's a lot that they have to perceive and to process in order for them to, like, they've told so many people that you were just Sagittarius, right? Now they have to try to backtrack from that because they've dug themselves so far into the lies due to being addicted to the drama that there's a lot of backpedaling to do to even reach out and apologize to you. And at that point, you will have your choice because some of you guys have completely cut, blocked, done by, see you, I've moved on, I'm happy, and we're good. You either will at least get the closure, the ability to ignore if you choose, or the ability to fix things. And you'll find out because you're ninth house. You'll know right out of the gate. You know before. You knew all their tells. The minute they were lying, you knew what was up. So you're actually going to be like, whoa, they are different. They speak differently. They're humbled. They talk differently. They don't throw little passive-aggressive digs trying to like keep themselves in check anymore. Yep. Karma's a lot. Karma's a lot. Yep. And they had to pay it off pretty quick, right? Because then they got into the interest. It's like 6 months, same as cash, right? And they didn't pay off the debt. And then all of a sudden they got hit with a balloon payment of compound interest. And who's getting into investing or works with money? I like you already. What's up? Call me sometime. Hi. What's my number? 8675309. Wow, I thought I could sing that better. Anyways, I don't care. Okay, let's get let's get into the new person vibes. Again, with Jeremiah's burden's not going away. All right, Sagittarius, if you would like to book a personal private reading for me, remember, I'm on your side. I'm on your team. It's why I'm Archer. All right. You're the only sign deserving of 5 syllables. Anyways, if you do want to book a personal private reading with me, it is all automated now. So you don't have to wait for me to reply back. You can get your spot booked. All right. All you got to do is scan the QR code all over your screen, plastered all over the place. It'll take you over to the Archer Astrology link tree. The very first link is the automated booking site. Hashtag instant gratification. It's cool. It'll let you pick from the available date, the available time, and then once you book and lock in the reading, I get notified. And then as soon as I get a chance to hop on my emails, I try to do it during like morning coffee and stuff when I get a chance, but I'm busy. I multitask like Steve Jobs on a 2-liter Mountain Dew. It's cool. Anyways, but I'll reach out to you, and if you choose the one-on-one Zoom reading, where it's just like you're here live one-on-one, FaceTiming with me, hanging out, and we read for you, then I'll send you the link to your reading, and I also record it so you get a private copy afterwards. But if you just choose the traditional private YouTube reading, then I'll reach out to you and I'll get your 3 questions and your details. And yep, it's me typing the reply. It's me. All right. But whatever you pick, either way, regardless, thank you very much for trusting me to read for you, trusting me with your energies. And I look forward to helping in any way possible. All right. And definitely subscribe, be a part of the channel and part of the family. The one thing I asked for this year for Christmas, I was like, God, I don't need money. Google takes very good care of me. My other companies and other investments and stuff I got going on, I'm fine, no problema. I was like, I really would just like my 100K subscriber plaque to hang up on the wall behind me. So if you would, I don't need anything except just subscribe. You don't even have to set the bell if you don't want to. Just be a part of the family. There's room here, so make it crowded. This table's here for everybody. And if we can get to 100,000 subscribers, I will literally, when the plaque comes in, I will wrap it. We will put it under the tree. And I mean, can't do it on Christmas Day because like there's family stuff to do. But we'll do a special, like just a hangout. I won't charge anything for super chat questions. I would just do like a Jerry Lewis telethon, and we'll open the present. We'll open the plaque together. We'll hang it up here in the studio together. And I'll just sit and read cards until I can't read no more. No super chats or nothing. It's just gonna be first come, first serve. All right. So subscribe and be a part of the family. All right. I do go live every Mondays for all signs, and all the safe to click links are down below in that QR code. The link tree's got all the pick a cards, the base covers, my interviews, and all the stuff. It's safe to click, and it's over there. All right. And it's also pinned in my bio here on TikTok. The link tree is your source to everything, including links to Caitlin Petty for the awesome music. She's amazing. Frankie over at Frankie's Tarot's there. You got to check Frankie out because her and I, we love doing our collab that we did a few weeks ago. That we decided to make it a regular thing because we have not just got to be friends and hang out and read cards. So we're going to be doing it. It's a regular thing. All right. So make sure you subscribe to Frankie too. The next one's coming up with the next eclipse on September 21st. All right. It's going to be an awesome all signs. We're going to hang out. And I am working on doing one for her birthday. She's a November 14th Scorpio. And I'm going to get her to eat a piece of birthday cake on the camera. She doesn't know it yet unless she's watching. She is a mod here, so it might be. But anyways, I'm also going to be doing a collab with Selena at Love Fire Tarot for Halloween on October 18th. And if you are in Nashville, Tennessee, or you can get to Nashville, Tennessee on September 14th, come and hang out with me. We will be doing a live all signs just like we did during CMA Fest. And it's being paid for by the management company, so there is no ticket cost. All you got to do is show up. I've got one final call that threw the scheduling off today that locked down the location, all the information, and the beautiful scenery. So stay tuned because I'll be posting the location here over the weekend so that y'all know where to come and hang out. No ticket cost. Melissa's going to be there. She's doing goodie bags. If you're there, bring a tarot deck. Don't bring a tarot deck. Just come and hang out and sit on the channel. You actually can come and be a part while we do a live all signs live from Nashville, Tennessee. September 14th. Be there because I'm going to be there. Melissa's going to be there. And I'll bring my hat. We're going to read for the new person still. See, there's still a big ball of ADHD. But anyways, I will bring the hat. I have to buy 2 hats while I'm there. I need a new hat for me, and I need a white hat too. Anyways, that's a whole unrelated story, but I still need the white hat. It's cool. All right, let's get back into this, all right? And I look forward to seeing you and being there. And there are more upcoming ones in Michigan and Florida, so stay tuned. There's big, big things planned, all right? And me and Frankie, our collabs are going to be a thing, all right? That's going to become a Frankie Archer exclusive. I love it. All right, let's get back to your reading already. I've taken up enough of your time, but thank you, Sag. This is the only way to get the message out there. I know it's shameless self-promotion. Every tarot channel does it, but it's the only way we get the word out. So thank you for, with everything you're going through and what I'm reading, for letting me do that. And now you can scroll ahead and skip this crap. So let's just talk about you for a minute. All right, back into the new person vibes. I love reading for you, Sag. It's always so cool. All right, here we go. Hey, Annie. What up, girl? What's up, Cookie? All right, ma'am or sir, what up? I miss Tennessee. Michigan is so rude. All my fellow Michiganders here, you know, right? Michigan, you know, and I'm not even going into it. Forget it. Can't wait. Ethel, where are we moving to? Let's go. Let's go, Sagittarius. All right. Supper's in the back seat and mama's home hungry. Let's see what's up with the new person. The Empress. Oh my gosh. The Two of Pentacles. Okay. Queen of Cups. Oh my gosh. There's already love going on here with the Moon card of the Ten of Pentacles. Some of you guys might have already moved in together. Could already be living together. I could even be reading for a couple married Sagittariuses that you and your spouse have had a fight. I do a lot of couples personal readings. There's some of the funner ones to do. It's really neat when you've got a spiritual couple. You guys can process through the fights. But the thing on this is that maybe for some of you guys, the clash was about moving in together. Because it's like you guys are already in a thing, but you guys, did somebody drunk text you and start a fight and it made you think of some of the old stuff going on or something? Or they just open mouth and inserted foot? Because that's a bit of what this is, because you guys are already in a relationship. You know what I mean? You guys have known each other for a little bit, right? And it's still in, this could be like, I want to call it less than 12 months maybe. I want to say maybe 18 months at the most, or you or them could be born on the 18th, the 19th, the 10th, the 2nd, 23rd, 13th, 31st. The 8th or the 20th is out. The 28th showed up too. But the thing on this is that from my perspective in the background here looking, is that you guys are in a relationship, but it's that awkward getting to know each other and adjusting to either the age difference, the mindsets, or the upbringing. You know what I mean? Two of Pentacles into the Empress. So it is a bit of on again, off again, where you guys are getting to know each other. It starts to get close, gets a little heated, and they book, right? They're like, I can't do this. I got to go. I'm out. And then it gets quiet. And then you guys get back together for a little bit. And it's doing a little bit of that off again, on again. And because of what you've been through with the Judgment, there's a little bit of nerves in you that like, uh-oh, it's going to happen. Here we go. No different than this stuff. It's not that. Example, they're not love bombing you. This person is more open to being vulnerable. Okay? It's all a lesson in perceived value, how it's being interpreted. And with what you've been through, I can totally see why you think they're up to the same stuff. The thing on this here is with the Queen of Cups or the Moon card, they really do love you. And they have a really, they have a hard time opening up because of what they've been through in the past. And they do get a little set in their ways with the Strength card. Okay? I mean, I've known a Leo or two in my day. There's a reason they're the fixed sign and the fire sign side, right? The thing on this is that they're in a vibe, sorry, pardon me, I'm a human being, it happens, who's drinking coffee late at night to get through the readings and keep the schedule. But anyways, it was worth it because I know where we're going to be meeting up in Nashville, so it's kind of cool. Anyways, I'll be posting it anyhow. You know I'm going to brag about it because I want to see you all there. But anyhow, what this is that's coming through of it is like maybe some of you guys even like work together and in the same industry or field, and it gets very awkward about it in that it's that you like stop telling Sagittarius what to do at work and be, it's kind of why my Aries father always told my Scorpio mom they could never work together. Or no, other way around, mom said it because mom knew at work dad was a blah, right? The Two of Pentacles on the Empress is that they do choose you. And that's the thing is every time they go home or go away, it's like that movie, what's the Kirk Cameron movie? I am seeing it again. Oh my gosh, it's Fireproof. That's the one. That's the one where behind the scenes, every time that this happens, they go away, you guys are still in a connection. And this is the thing going forward is that this is leading up to a very awkward talk, right? Because you guys have both dealt with some really rough narcissists over the years. And so this is two very hurt, very wounded people. You're going to totally find out if you don't already know that you guys have been on the same journeys in the same past. You're not mirroring. You mirrored this person, right? This was the mirroring energy that all the tarot people talk about, right? What do you guys think? Should I do a Steve Colbert version where I actually come on? You know how tarot channels never talk about other tarot channels? I think I should start a whole segment where I'm like the Steve Colbert and I come on and give you the reports about everything that's going on in the tarot world. I don't know. What do you think? Neat idea? I know stuff. Anyways, The Two of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. You guys are already in a long-term relationship. And as I'm sitting back here, looking at it as just a neutral third-party observer, sitting on a park bench with Forrest Gump, you guys are already a thing. And because of, you notice how the frequency of the on again, off again is starting to get smaller. Like at first you disappear and like the fight happened and it was like a week, right? And they went off and did something. Then you guys got back to it. Then it's like 2 or 3 days. And then it's getting a little less, and it fluctuates. Sometimes it's this adjustment of being like, I can't do this. It's going to wind up just like my ex. But then after a minute being like, no, I really do want to do this. And here's the thing. This person on the Queen of Cups or the Moon card with the Ten of Pentacles, they love you more than they're showing because they're nervous. They're sussing you out with that Strength card. Could be a Leo. They're a curious little kitty, right? The thing on this is that every time they do go away, the reason the time apart and the on again, off again is happening in different lengths is because each time they go away, they go Kirk Cameron from Fireproof and they're talking to their mom. They're talking to, well, a parent, whatever parent it is, the one they trust, their co-workers and that. How do I be a better person? I really want to make this work with Sagittarius. Well, what was the argument about? Well, it was kind of silly because like I got awkward and we tried kissing and then I got weird and I freaked out. They freaked out. And then it turned into a big fight when all it was we were getting nervous because we were kissing or something. And so this is the ones being like, well, you need to change. You got to work on it. So they're actually doing the work behind the scenes because they really do love you. They're wounded. They're just as hurt as you are. You guys have been through some stuff. What happens when two hurt people come together is at first they suspect all the old stuff. A lot of old stuff comes up. This is going to lead to a very awkward Two of Swords conversation where they're not going to run and you're not going to run and it's going to get tense a few times and there's going to be awkward moments of silence, but it's actually not going to get so blunt. It's going to be like, could we talk about this? Could we work through it? For some of you guys, this can be one of the most intense conversations, literally, where it's like that discussion about it and you're going to get nervous. They're going to be nervous because neither of you have ever made it this far into a conversation with any of your exes. Y'all are both used to nothing but fight. Let's throw a high heel here, take my hat and whip it at it, that sort of stuff, right? You guys love each other. Empress card, Queen of Cups, the Moon card, Cancer and Pisces energy, Leo and Scorpio energy. This is that one that is written in your guys' energetical blueprint. It's written in the stars, as John Lennon would sing, that this is the one that you guys will make it through that awkward conversation point. For some of you guys, it can be awkward Ace of Wands moments because either you or this person was so Ace of Wands taken advantage of in the past, okay, that there's nerves about opening up in that way and it leads to some awkwardness, right? But this is the vibes going forward that you can love and trust in it, that it does grow into a Ten of Pentacles. I see you guys going forward for a long-term relationship on this one. And even the one that allows you guys to communicate, even the Ace of Wands thing of being like, it's okay. This is the person that once they open up and you guys go through this one awkward conversation, the whole foot through the threshold thing happens, then it'll get easier. Then there can be the conversations where you can tell the cross-watcher that it's okay to love you and be affectionate with you. And then depending, no gender in tarot, that it's totally okay to pull your hair and call you baby girl or call you daddy. I don't know, whatever. Oh my God, this is so tarot after dark. That's a big awkward moment. It's very hard when you put somebody on a pedestal with this much Queen of Cups, this much Moon card, this much Empress, to then look at them in that respect, right? And I would totally look at the cross-watcher and be like, hey, guess what? You know, okay, this might only be for the female Sagittariuses, but this one's for you guys, right? I'd be like, hey, you put them up on that pedestal, you might as well take a look up there, like, check it out, all right? I'm not me, I don't do that sort of thing, but you beep, beep, boop right there, okay? That's for your person, that's their own little private life. So they will get you off the pedestal before it gets that far out of hand so that you guys can have this you're nervous about it and you know it's coming because of your intuition. It's going to be okay. It will be awkward. It'll be tense. It'll be nervous, like that job interview you had a few years ago, right? You guys will make it through it. Stand your ground. Stay cool and calm. Let this person be innocent until they prove themselves guilty, because I don't pull one bad card on this person that you can trust them. You guys are paralleling each other and that your lives are so similar. It totally makes sense to me. But as I'm sitting back here with Forrest Gump on the bench, I'm like, dude, Forrest, they're already a thing, right? You guys by Libra season of 2026, you guys will be looking back going, oh my God, that first year, that was an awkward adjustment. But here we are in our 10 of Pentacles underneath the light of a neon moon. Casey Musgraves, not Brooks and Dunn. Well, if you want to listen to Brooks and Dunn, that's cool. I personally think Caitlin's version is better than Casey Musgraves, but that's my own personal opinion. It's cool. Anyways, Sagittarius, it's going to be an awkward convo, but in the end result, it's going to be your 10 Pentacles on the moon card. This is the stuff that's been dreamt about. All right. I love it. All right, Sagittarius, claim this thing down in the comments, and it's going to work out better than expected. You're going to want to run. You are totally going to feel like scared. The fight or flight will kick in. It's worth it. It's worth those weird, awkward feelings for what the outcome of the conversation is. And a very adorable kiss for you guys. Remember when you guys kissed and you bumped foreheads because it didn't work out right? And it was like, oh, you know, like, you guys will get it right this time. It's cute, all right? It's way better than my drinking problem. See, I'm working on it, though. Watch. No, hold on. Crap. I'll get better at it. We're fine. Anyways, I love you, Sagittarius. Claim this thing down in the comments. It's always fun reading with you. Either that or I'm just so tired that Archer is totally not in the house right now. This was all just autopilot at this point. I might have fell asleep halfway through the reading for all we know. Who cares? Not me, because I'm still here. Anyways, remember, this will resonate to any and all placements of Sagittarius in your chart because you are not just your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. All the parts of your charts are what makes you 1 in a billion. And that's why you are the only sign worthy of 5 syllables. So until next time,